In the quiet town of Bastrop, Louisiana, a haunting mystery began to unfold in early May of 2021, a mystery that still lingers in the hearts of those who loved her. The victim was 29-year-old Tabitha Queen, a devoted mother of three whose entire world revolved around her children. On May 10th, she left her home to make what was supposed to be a quick trip to the local Save You More grocery store. But she never returned. Before her disappearance, Tabitha had encountered two men, one of whom had previously borrowed her car. After returning the vehicle, she noticed what appeared to be blood and a strong, disturbing odor inside. When she confronted the man and refused to let him use her car again, he threatened to kill her. Days later, she vanished. Her car was later found abandoned by an unknown man who calmly walked away, caught on surveillance footage. From the beginning, Tabitha's family believed she had been taken against her will. Yet, the police response was slow and minimal, leaving her mother and community to lead the search themselves. Despite reports, evidence, and even a person of interest, no arrests were made and the case grew cold. What happened to Tabitha remains unanswered, but the trail of fear, evidence, and silence tells a story that cannot be ignored. This is her story. Tabitha Queen, who was 29 years old, was a devoted mother to her three children. She loved them deeply and they lived together in Bastrop, Louisiana. On Sunday, May 9th, Mother's Day, Tabitha spoke with her mother, Mary. During their call, Tabitha was driving and Mary could hear the voices of two men in the background. When Mary asked who was with her, Tabitha suddenly ended the call, telling her mother that she had to go. When Mary tried calling back, the call immediately went to voicemail. The next day, on May 10th, 2021, around 11 a.m., Tabitha left her three children at home while she went to the Save You More grocery store in Bastrop. Surveillance cameras captured her going into the store and then leaving a few minutes later. Another surveillance video later showed an unknown man abandoning Tabitha's vehicle in a secluded location. He got out of the car and walked away casually. 2 days passed before Tabitha's three children were discovered alone in their home. When Tabitha did not return from the grocery store, her family became alarmed. Mary knew something was terribly wrong because Tabitha had never left her children unattended, not even for a short period of time.
She barely trusted anyone else to watch them, not even close relatives. Adding to her concern, Tabitha's oldest daughter shared a troubling story. Tabitha's 10-year-old daughter explained that her mother had allowed a man to borrow her car a few days earlier. When he brought the car back, another man was with him. While inspecting the car, Tabitha noticed a strong, unpleasant odor. When she looked in the area where the spare tire was stored, she saw what appeared to be blood. She questioned the man about the smell, though it's unclear what response he gave. Tabitha became upset and told him he would no longer be allowed to use her car. The man reacted angrily, cursed at her, and threatened to kill her. That same day, according to the daughter, a van pulled up outside their home and someone attempted to force Tabitha into it, but did not succeed. After hearing this, Mary was convinced that something bad had happened to her daughter. The family immediately contacted the police and filed a missing person report. However, Mary felt she had to persuade authorities that Tabitha did not disappear on her own. Unfortunately, the police response was slow and lacking urgency. Much of the searching was left to the family and community members themselves. Meanwhile, Tabitha's children were taken in by relatives, but the situation was especially difficult for her oldest daughter. As the family continued searching, they learned that strange things had been happening in Tabitha's life in the days leading up to her disappearance. Mary also remembered that final Mother's Day phone call clearly. The voices of two men, the abrupt ending of the call, and the phone going straight to voicemail afterward. Police did not publicly confirm what steps they took or what they discovered. However, the story from Tabitha's daughter strongly suggested that investigators had clear leads to follow. Still, little information was shared in the days after she was reported missing. During interviews, Mary frequently spoke out about how little attention the case was receiving. She said the police were not actively searching for her daughter, and she was determined not to stop fighting until Tabitha was found. She expressed how painful it was to go so many days without knowing where her own child was. Beginning June 4, 2021, Tabitha's family and community volunteers organized daily searches. During one search in a nearby park, a gun was discovered hidden behind trash bags, and it was turned over to law enforcement. Authorities did not confirm whether it was connected to Tabitha's disappearance. On June 9th, police finally released the surveillance footage showing the man calmly walking away after abandoning Tabitha's car.
However, this upset Mary deeply because the police had possessed the footage for weeks but did not share it sooner. Mary believed the video should have been released right away to help identify the man. Police said they had held off releasing it because they were still investigating aspects of the video and only released it when they needed public assistance. Items from Tabitha's car were reportedly sent to a crime lab, and authorities said they had questioned several people who knew Tabitha. However, they did not name any suspects or persons of interest at that time. Despite the continued efforts of her family, no solid information surfaced. Months passed. By November 2021, 6 months after Tabitha disappeared, Mary said she had not heard from investigators in a long time. She also stated she wanted the FBI to take over because she believed the local police were not putting enough effort into the case. Detectives did say that they did have a person of interest, though they refused to reveal who it was. They were still waiting on lab results and claimed those results could provide more insight. They insisted that they did not need the FBI. However, shortly after, the case grew cold. Mary continued to believe that one of Tabitha's acquaintances knew exactly what happened. Police, at least publicly, did not state that foul play was involved, but the available evidence strongly pointed in that direction. 1 year after Tabitha's disappearance, police announced that they had run out of leads. They never revealed what evidence was found inside the car, nor the identity of the person of interest. They did say that this individual was currently incarcerated for another crime, but still considered relevant to the case. With no progress, police finally acknowledged that they might need help from outside agencies, something Mary had been requesting since the very beginning. Since then, no new updates have been released. It remains unclear whether the FBI ever became involved. Tabitha's family is still waiting, desperately, for answers, closure, and justice. Police say they have not given up, but as time moves toward 2026, Tabitha's loved ones feel no closer to finding her than the day she vanished. Tabitha Queen was last seen on May 10, 2021, at the Save You More grocery store in Bastrop, Louisiana. She is 5'4", weighs approximately 230 pounds, and has black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information about her disappearance is urged to contact the Bastrop Police Department. Thank you so much for always supporting this channel by watching, subscribing, liking, and sharing the videos. Because of your unwavering support, Melon Stories has been able to reach many people and continue giving a voice to those who can no longer speak for themselves. Our mission is to ensure that their stories are heard, remembered, and never forgotten. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more stories. Your support truly means everything.